Right then, we are back here with Europa Point and a brand new season. Last year, we definitely took a step up. We finished third in the league, only by goal difference though, to second place. This year, we're going to hopefully push that next level onwards. Also, last year, we won 2 of the 3 domestic cups, which is fantastic as well. So it's going to be difficult to really duplicate that this year, but we're going to give it our best shot. First of all, though, we have got Europa Cup 2 qualifiers. Now, last year, of course, we got to round 3 of this, defeating Dundee in the process and losing to Everton finally. This year could still be very tricky. This first game I think should be a strong win for us. However, the second round's already drawn and the winner of this will play Club Brugge. So again, a very difficult concept, but you never know, we might be able to pull it off. And to help us pull it off, of course, we have made some transfers. Now, no one big has left yet. Gary Patterson has left amongst a lot of younger players we released. Europa FC picked him up pretty quickly. They obviously think he has more potential than what we did, I suppose. The 3 players we brought in, let's start from the bottom, which is the least impressive. First of all, Roman Thompson, Lincoln Red Imps player, was on loan last year at Lynx. Can play left back and right back, pretty handy player. We put him down the reserves. He was a free transfer, so it's not really that much of a risk, I suppose, involved in that. Could come in useful, you never know. Or he could just be another player who sits in the reserves for a while. We'll have to wait and see. But next up then, we have brought in Tyreek Backinson. Now, this is an interesting one. Very much like the look of this player. Can play midfield and defensive midfield. Great stats. Great mental and physical attributes. Anyway, technical could do a little bit of work with. But I feel like he's going to be a very strong central midfielder for us, which I think was one of our weaker positions last season. So, I think this guy is definitely going to get a lot of first-team football. But, and this is a big but because I've got no idea how we managed to sign this guy. I know our reputation got raised quite a lot last year with what we won and how far we got in the league and all that sort of stuff. So, we brought in Sergio Andrade. Now, he looks absolutely fantastic. Can play central midfield and anywhere across the attacking winger and attacking midfield spot as well. So, looks to be a fantastic player. He's come from the Benfica B team. He got released last season. We've picked him up. I don't know how long we'll be able to keep him for. Again, hashtag Stepping Stone Club Europa Point. But this should be pretty interesting, and all of these players are fit and available for our first game of the season then against Fola Esch, which is coming up right now. Let's get into it. And here we go then. This should be an interesting game. I was going to play a weaker side for this one because it showed that we were very much heavy favourites, so I thought it would be a good chance to give some other guys a bit of first-team football. But I've just realised, because of how early we are in the season, nobody really has a lot of match fitness, therefore it was probably a bit smarter just to play our strongest side for now. Just get their match fitness up and ready to go. So in goal, we stick with Jerome Pitaluga for his second season with the club. At left back, James Dean comes in. Of course, he can play left back and right back. Again, it's his second season with the club. He's wanted by Basingstoke, actually, but we'll try and keep a hold of him this year. Talking of players wanted by bigger clubs, Mark Pope, who is wanted by Grimsby and Cadiz. Hopefully we can keep a hold of him. Alan Gavizo as well, who is wanted by Grimsby as well. Well, they've been scouting us a bit, Grimsby, haven't they? Up the right, we stick with Ryan Sears, who's also wanted. He's wanted by a lot of different teams. The CDM is going to be Charlie Rowan, continuing his run in that position. He's wanted by Chelmsford and Red Imps. How far are you away now being Gibraltarian? Season of benefit. Okay, he's done it. It's exactly today. Exactly today. I think he might go for it in the end because I can't see him going to play for England at any point, so maybe he can get Gibraltarian nationality and play for their national side. Nick Campbell-Lean continues on in his central midfield role. He'll be playing alongside the debuting Tyreek Backinson, or Bakinson, not quite sure. The central attacking midfielder is going to be Sergio Andrade. And he is going to be playing behind the duo of Wayne Hill, who scored 4 league goals in 11 games last season, and Khaled Benali, who has broke the record as our highest ever goal scorer for the club. He is wanted by, yeah, them. I've had a lot of offers so far, but for some reason nobody wants to offer more than about 9 or 10 grand, and I'm just not up for that. I want the big money. If we're going to sell this guy, considering how important he was to us last season, we need the decent money. So let's see how we get on. He's not happy because I've not let him leave, but, you know, It is what it is. I don't know what I just selected in that, but the top is always good for me. Right, we're underway. Andrade with a corner early on. Ball clear by Lopez. Now, we are massive favourites for this one, so I would hope that we get a strong victory here at home before going away to Luxembourg. Pope into Camborley. Now, this is obviously... this competition's a great way every season for us to earn a nice chunk of money, as well as trying to build up our reputation, because it is a year-by-year sort of thing. Of course, we tried in the last season to become professional. We weren't quite financially well off enough. This season, we've signed some higher value... go on, Gavizo. Oh, yes, Mark Pope with a goal. We've signed some higher value advertising and that sort of stuff. So we are looking good. We're looking well. We're up to about 800k in the bank at this point in time. If we are going to sell some of these players, which I don't want to say I want to sell them, but if the right offer comes in, I will let the likes of Benali and that go. Because obviously, with the clubs that are interested in Benali, he must have a massive future. He must have a great amount of potential, and allowing him to go to one of these bigger sort of clubs is going to allow Gibraltar to have another fantastic player. They've already got a few that we've sold on. Of course, we did increase the youth rating at the very beginning of this career mode, and that's obviously helped us bring through some pretty damn good young players. And it'll be interesting to see what else happens moving forward. Sears. Here's Gavizo. Back to Sears. It's Camborley. We're dominating so far. 7 minutes in, we're already 1-0 up. The goal from Pope. Charlie Rowan. Here's Backinson on his debut. Sears. Back to Backinson. Back to Sears. Back to Gavizo. Gavizo was wanted by PSG towards the end of the last season. That seems to have died down a bit. I mean, I would like to keep him a bit longer. I feel like Benali is one that I'm definitely going to lose. Because of him trying to push for the move. But the rest I might be able to keep a hold of, which would be good. Wayne Hill, 2-0. Nope, offside. Oh. I got all excited then as well. But it's very dominant from his here. We will make some changes in the second half, obviously. Just try and get some other fitness up elsewhere as well. Gardner is someone who we've had away on loan for a couple of years. Has come back now. His stats look pretty good. So I would like to utilise him elsewhere. But Europa FC did come in from on loan. And he's unhappy now because I rejected that loan because I wanted to use him this season. He's unhappy because he feels like going to Europa FC on loan would have been him moving to a bigger club. Which is, I suppose, true. We need to catch them up. And the only way to do that, really, is to become a professional side. That's the only way we can catch them up. As soon as we become professional, we can start to bring in lots of really good young players from around the world. At the moment, we're sort of limited to... obviously Gibraltar and a lot of the... go on, Farid Benali is offside as well. Yeah, we're sort of limited to the players in Gibraltar and around that sort of area in Europe. But I feel like when we become professional, we can start to bring in other ones. And the hell was that? Sorry, my phone just went absolutely mad there for a second. Yeah, it gives us a chance to bring in some other players from around the world, and obviously those players don't get to play for their national sides. If we simply bring in some Argentinians or Brazilians, then they could also all of a sudden gain Gibraltarian nationality as well, which will definitely help the national side. And obviously, just by boosting the reputation of the league by doing better and better, is going to help to boost the national side as well. That's the plan. We've got to try and get the national job at some point, haven't we? But I feel like it's not quite the right time at the moment. Plus, it's not available anyway because the Gibraltar national side is doing better than they ever have. They're winning games here and there. I mean, I feel like we should be winning this by more, to be honest. So I'm going to say calmly that I'm not that happy. Because to only be 1-0 up at this point in time is not really what we should be. We should be higher up than this. Here's Andrade on his debut. It's going to take him a while, Andrade. He's a very good player, but fitness and so forth. And of course, he's not played a lot of professional football in his career. Been playing a few games for the Benfica B team and stuff like that. But he gets his first goal for the club. Andrade Andrade shoots in from the headed assist by Benali. I thought Hill assisted that. Am I wrong? Sears down the line, finds Benali. Benali crosses it in. Hill plays it back across to Andrade. That should be Hill's assist in my book. I mean, Benali did more work. He was the one who got the cross and everything in. Good to see Benali doing well. I was a little bit worried considering that he's voiced his concern about me refusing his transfer offer from Liverpool. Because they offered like 11 grand. And I mean, if the teams want him, there's 4 teams like that want him. He's obviously worth a lot more than that, so I've asked for $1 million. Can't see me getting $1 million somehow, but to meet me somewhere in the middle, I'll be happy enough. Andrade. Or at least if they offer me one of those deals with like a, I don't know, like a sell-on transfer fee and that sort of stuff. That's always works quite nicely. Andrade into Hill. Hill. Why is he shot from there? What a complete boob. What a boob. Right. Do we keep Andrade on for his debut? I think we probably should keep him on for his debut. Let's bring on Dominic Gardner for Benali, who's been booked. Hill, why are you not playing your correct style? Okay. Butterworth then, let's bring you on in place of Campbell Lean. Backinson, can you play back here? Oh, there's no need to, is there really? And David Taylor on in place of Pope. Let's get 3 other players in the pitch. Let's get some fitness up. Let's get some happiness up. All that sort of stuff. And let's protect 3 of those big players for the second leg. So Butterworth just on the pitch takes the free kick. It's in. Okay. Wow, Gary Butterworth just off the bench. Just hits an absolute stunning free kick from distance as well. I thought that was so far wide that it just curled in and in and in and just managed to sneak in. That was insane. Look how much curl he had on that. Wow. Gary Butterworth, fantastic goal by him. He's another fantastic player we're going to see a lot from this season, I think. I mean, yeah, he sort of breakthrough season last year, but this could be an even bigger step for him now. Hill's not having the greatest of games, is he? Andrade's corner. Gardner, Dominic Gardner off the bench, scores his first goal for the club. Is it his first goal for the club? I don't know if it is, actually. So he's been out on loan for a while. But he must have scored before he went out. I think he's been out on loan now for 2 seasons, but he must have got a goal before then. I'm happy enough. Agovic with a free kick. Picked up by Sears. God, don't concede. We don't want an away goal against us. Backinson into Butterworth. Butterworth. Here's Hill. I mean, Gardner, if we do lose Benali, I think Gardner could actually be a very strong striker for us this season. Backinson. Lovely ball over the top. Finding Hill. It's a little bit wide. Hill plays it back into the middle. Gardner once again. Dominic Gardner. His second goal of the game from the bench. Showcasing that if Benali does leave, then Gardner, I think, could be a fantastic option for us this season alongside Wayne Hill. I thought that ball by Backinson looked very good to start off with, but then it was a little bit overhit. Hill ended up going out quite wide, but plays the ball back in and Gardner heads it into the back of the net. And there's a great bit of partnership there between Hill and Gardner, isn't there? Great partnership. So 77 minutes gone. We lead 5-0 here against this Luxembourger team. Butterworth. It's Backinson. Back to Butterworth. Andrade back to Backinson. Back to Rowan. Here's Butterworth again. Backinson. Come on, lad. What are you going to play here? Butterworth. Into Hill. Back to Butterworth. We're doing a lot of just messed around the middle of the pitch. We need to be sort of breaking them down. Bearing in mind it's 5-0, it doesn't really matter too much at this point in time, does it really? We've won the game. We should have won the tie quite convincingly now anyway. I'm considering not playing Benali for the second leg, only because he has been booked, and I believe 2 bookings will probably get you a ban. And with the idea of playing Club Brugge, we want our strongest team available. Hill. So I feel like if I don't play Benali in the second leg, at least I can play him in the first leg of the Bruges game no matter what. Butos ball in. It's Taylor. It's just over the top. I'll tell you what, old Fola Esch here completely dismantling in the second half. Butterworth again with a free kick. He's got stunning free kicks, hasn't he, really? Gavizzo, there we go. Alan Gavizzo, both our centre-backs who started the game with goals now. Gavizzo and Pope. Gavizzo recently scored his first ever goal for the national side as well. It was a terrible attempt at a save, really, by the goalkeeper. But 6-0, I'm happy with that. Very happy with that. When he had 6 shots on target, scored 6 goals. Shows how bad that goalkeeper is, doesn't it, really? Backinson clears the ball. Could there yet be more goals in this for us? Becker. Playing the big ball forward. Oh, what a goal by Andy Felrich. It's a bit of disappointment. I wanted the clean sheet, really. We struggled for clean sheets a lot last season. We had a lot of games like this that we were dominating and then concede a last-minute goal. It's frustrating, but the majority of the goals we concede are very much similar. There's this big hoof over the top. Every single time it's this big hoof over the top, and it's a great finish, really, by Felrich. Very impressive finish. You never know. Could be someone worth keeping an eye on for the future. But there we go. It's a 6-1 victory at home then in this first leg. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm very happy with that. Means the second leg should now be pretty easy. Give us a chance to maybe rest a few. But of course we want to try and build up that match fitness if we can. However, at the same time, I think I might leave Benali out, like I said, just to make sure that he doesn't get himself booked and miss that game against Bruges. But without further ado, let's get straight into the second leg. Alright, then update time. We have our first player sold of the window, and it wasn't even the one we expected. It's Mark Pope. I tried to keep on as much as I could. We've got 21k for him, which is nothing really from Grimsby, who are in 2D. However, what we have got, now he's a key player, actually. Wow, okay. What we have got, though, is we do have a 50% of the... there it is. So we're going to get 3k after 50 appearances. We're going to get 2.5k next time he has 10 appearances for the international side. But this is the big one. 50% of profit made from any transfer will be... well, for the next transfer will go to us. So that could actually be really, really good for us. We could, again, get a lot of money, just like we have here with Daniel Harris-Arnold. 30% of the next transfer fee will come to us. Wow. The board has negotiated a potential buyout fee. If you choose to sell this, receive 1.79 million. Okay, we could do... Woohoo! Can we... Your board has negotiated a potential... So if we do this, we could get... I mean, we could hold on in case they sell him, but at this point in time, we could get 11.27 million for Liverpool. No way has that just worked. Oh my god. We're rich. We've got 12 million quid in the bank. Right, board. Board, where are you, board? Where the hell are you? Because this is massive. I didn't even realise that was a thing. Make board request. Finance. Oh, I can't do it yet because I only did it. Oh my god, I can't believe that. We've got 12 million quid in the bank. Wow. I didn't even realise that was a thing. I've never seen that before. I thought 1.7 million. I thought that's amazing. And I saw the Liverpool one, it's even better. Wow, okay. Oh, freaking K. So 40% of that will come to us as well. 20% of that will come to us. But that was huge, that Liverpool one. I mean, don't get me wrong, it might have been worth keeping him, but still, that's a lot of money. Okay, if we can go professional, this could be our last season as a semi-pro club, and then we're going to go professional, hopefully, because that is massive. That Dominic Greenwood, what a legend you are, my man. What a legend, because you've just earned the club a ton of money. A huge amount of money. And it makes me really think now about these transfers, because I wasn't happy about that. I was not happy about letting Pope go, but if we're going to do one of these situations again... See, Daniel Harris-Arnold's worth 42.5k he's worth. But we can get 1.8 million for him now. Into our bank. Do we earn money on interest? Is that something we actually earn? Yes, interest. So just by having lots of money in the bank, we are going to gain money. Okay, well... Do we... Let's leave this here for now, because this might go up. This might go up. I want to see if we can get some more of these, because this could be massive. This could be a way for us to... We've already made a ton of money out of it. That's huge! Okay. I'm getting distracted. Let's play Fola Etch. So, I got distracted by that. So, Benali is currently in talks with 4 different clubs to move as well. 70k up front, 50% of any future transfer will come our way. So again, that's another way we could earn a ton of money out of this. So because of that, I have dropped him. So the team is going to be Jerome Pitaluga in goal. We have got Matt Blake at left back. At centre back then we've got David Taylor, who's going to get a lot more football this year now, taking Pope's position. He's got 3 caps on the national side already as well. Alongside Alan Gavizo, who is also wanted by some big clubs. Right back then we have James Dean, who's also wanted by Basingstoke. That's not really that big for us, is it really? Charlie Rowan sticks in the central defensive midfield spot. The 2 centre mids then are going to be Andrade this time playing a more of a refined, or I don't know, what am I thinking of? Defensive role? It's not a defensive role, just a more midfield option rather than the attacking midfield, playing alongside Tyreek Backinson. Main reason was Butterworth never really linked up that well with Benali, but now Benali's gone, Butterworth can now come into this position because I feel like he is going to be one of our talisman players this season, and he's going to be playing in front of the new attacking partnership for this season, which is going to be Wayne Hill, alongside the man who scored twice in the first leg from the bench, in Dominic Gardner. Right, here we go then. Here we freaking go. Let's get underway in this big game. We are in a very good position. I mean, we're still playing quite a strong team in this one. But again, it's just getting the match fitness up as much as we possibly can. We are 6-1 up on aggregate. I mean, away goal is going to kill this off very, very early. But I think it's as good as dead and buried at this point in time anyway. There's Andrade back to Rowan. Back to Andrade. Backinson over the top, finding Blake. Blake plays the ball into the middle. Gardner's there and he heads it over the top. That was a big chance for him, that was. Big, big chance. "13 minutes gone. We need to think about, obviously, our next game against Club Bruges. It's going to be very difficult. I mean, we will get knocked out against Bruges, and if we do, we will then start to utilise this season as a transition season, because surely now we should have enough money in the bank for the board to allow us to go professional. And if we have that, then we can start to invest and basically buy and sell players. It's going to be down to me trying to pick up some really good young players on the cheap with high potentials and then sell them off. And this whole future sell-on clause sort of way seems to be a great way of making money. I can't believe we managed to get... I'm still stunned that we got that much money out of the Greenwood deal, like 11.5 million. Obviously, Liverpool must believe he's got a massive potential for that, but I mean, we could have got a lot more money in the future, but then again, he could stay at Liverpool his entire career and we might not get a penny, so I think that was worth doing. Plus, if it allows us to go professional, it could open up all other avenues of revenue that we can use to build the club up. Like I said, just being able to buy and sell younger players from around the world, not just from this nation, would be massive for us, I think. Big ball over the top, looking for Felrich, who scored in the first leg, and he scores in the second as well. This lad's quite impressive. Is he a real player? Or is he a fake one? He is a fake one, but I was going to say I might have a look at buying him, but I can't. He looks pretty damn good though, doesn't he? That's 2 goals and 2 legs for him. So just before half-time, Fola Etch get themselves a goal. I'm hoping I can... Well, when do you reckon I can apply to become professional again? I mean, Benali's going to have one of these release fees as well. And bearing in mind that the clubs that are looking at him, and Gavizo as well, will definitely try and get one of those in Gavizo's deal. And again, we could make tons and tons of money out of this. It really, really could. So we're not happy with the performance either. Let's fire them up and get them working harder in the second half. See, Benali's just sat on the bench. He's going to be... Yeah, we're just going to ignore him for now. If he is moving away, we're going to get 70k up front for that. Plus, of course, the 50% sell-on any future deal. See, I'm thinking of like, oh, I might get a couple of 100k in the future if he moves on. I wasn't even considering 11 million just to buy out the clause. That's incredible. Really, really is incredible. Right, 51 minutes in. We don't want to lose this game. It'd be nice to still win it, even though, of course, the tie itself is more or less dead anyway. Go on, Wayne. Oh, good save. It'd be nice to win it just to keep our momentum going, to keep our happiness up as well. Well, that looks like we're about right time to make substitutions, I think. Got a couple of players who are looking a bit tired, so let's bring on Osborne to try and build up his match fitness. Why is the team mixed up like this for? That's weird. Okay. Let's bring off James Dean because he's almost full match fitness anyway. Do we really want to change goalkeeper? We could do. Let's not. Ryan Sears can come on in place of Gavizo. And then Nick Campbell-Lean can come on in place of Andrade, who's got his match fitness up as well. Okay, cool. Blake now with the ball. Plays it short to Butterworth. Good first touch by him. Brings it into the box. Takes the shot. Gary Butterworth, second goal of the season. Goodbye, Pope. Goodbye, Bernali. Hello, Gary Butterworth. He looks like he's going to be an absolute standing player for us this season. Say he had his breakthrough season last year, but he looks like he's come back better and stronger more this year. Look at that beautiful finish there by Gary Butterworth. Beautiful finish. Now we need to really hope we get a strong intake from the academy this year as well, because we're losing a lot of our good young players here. We've lost a lot over the last few years. Every time we get a good player through, he gets snapped up straight away. But like I said, if we're going to get a ton of money out of it, it's not the worst thing in the world. So we just need to get to a point where we can make a lot of money out of it so we can become professional, and then all of a sudden we should be able to have a much easier way of keeping hold of these players. Looks like it's going to be a 1-1 draw away from home, which is not great, to be honest, but it just builds our match fitness a bit and gets a few people playing some game time as well, so I'm not too disappointed there. Now, there is a shout for me to go out and spend big money here and try and fight for the title. On some really good young players, which is doable. There we go. We've received 11.27 million from Liverpool to buy out the outstanding clause as part of the Dominic Greenwood transfer deal. It's only worth 125k. Wow, okay. I'm stunned that they've done that, to be honest, but I'm more than happy. What else happened then? We get 70k just for getting through to the second qualifying round. And now we get Club Bruges, which is going to be a much more difficult game. They've got Simon Mignolet in goal, so you know, it might not be as more difficult as we hoped. Right, so that game is going to be coming up for you in a couple of days' time against Club Bruges. I'm going to have a look now. Are we able to go... are we able to become professional yet? Nope. I want to be professional. Should I expand the stadium as well? We can build our own stadium. Ooh. Without a rather sizable increase in our fan base. Okay. That's a shame, but okay. We'll have to look at that in the future. But yeah, I really want to become professional, but it's not available at the moment because of other things. So we only asked for it not too long ago, so it doesn't show, does it? So I'm going to push on. Hopefully now with the money we have in the bank, we will going to get a lot of interest, which is going to help us stay self-sufficient, because last year we were getting money in, but then we were losing money month on month. It was only the sort of prize money and the sales of players that were keeping us above board. This year, hopefully, we can do that just by the interest we're going to get on that amount of money in the bank, which is a hope. We'll have to wait and see what happens. I'm going to keep pushing forward then. I'll come back to you in a few days' time, and we'll take on Club Bruges in the second round of the Euro Cup, and then we'll sort of decide what our plan is going forward. Bye.